have
Wait a minute.
showing up here.
I've been talking about him.
Oh, man.
I spoke him out. Ah. I spoke him out.
First of all, guys, we got to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Global Master.
No way.
Happy birthday.
That's good, man. Wait a minute.
Oh, we got to do
It's
this.
tomorrow. Look at this. I got a birthday tomorrow. They surprised me.
It's happy birthday time for our Global Master Ambassador, everybody.
Wait a minute.
Happy birthday time.
Look at this.
It's happy birthday time.
It's tomorrow, man.
We know it's tomorrow, but the call's today. Where's the
right.
fork so I can feed him? I gotta feed him. I gotta let him blow out the candles.
Yeah. We stopped. All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's your fork, Mark? You know what? We're gonna use an iBuumerang coffee stir. All right. We're gonna use an iBuumerang coffee stir. You gotta blow out the candles first. Oh, hold on. Make you wish.
Oh, wow.
Y'all better cross your fingers.
$1 billion moment.
There we go. You better cross your fingers. He might be wishing about you. There we go. There we go. Now here's this. The CEO has to feed him his first bite of cake.
Look at this little
red
thing.
velvet. You like red velvet?
Red velvet. Next one we're gonna have.
brother.
It's gonna be a blue velvet cake.
Blueberry.
Oh!
Very good.
Yes,
Thank you,
indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How we doing? iBuumerang. How we doing? Listen, guys. Incredible training. He said, I don't know what else to say. There's nothing else to say because everything I would have said to you, he already said it. That's why he's in his position as Global Master Ambassador. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to come here this morning and say hello to everyone. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong camera. There we go. They've got this set up here with all this technology. I'm looking at, yeah, they got this. I feel like I'm on a news station or morning talk show, if you will.
Isn't it nice?
Now, here's what Mark comes and uses for a candle. This is a candle. I mean, for a light. Hold on for a second. Where is it?
A torch.
There we go.
Do you see this right here? This is what he uses, all right? Man.
It worked.
I'm like, I thought he was trying to set our GMA on fire.
I wouldn't do that.
From the call I heard, he's already on fire, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm so excited.
Oh, we got to look here.
Yeah, we are so excited about this coming our Vision conference that we're having. Listen, it's called Vision for a reason. We are going to lay out the entire 2020 vision. You know, there's a few things that I will say is this here. I've been doing this for 29 years, and this will be my 29th year of a major conference. I have never missed a major conference in 29 years. Now, along the way, there have been multiple major conferences per year, and we will have that as well. So for 29 years straight, okay, there's only one that I missed a part of during my 29-year period, okay? Ever since I enrolled, my first enrollment in network marketing. And that was actually 4 years ago when my niece and my nephew was born. And my niece and my nephew, they needed our help, okay? From a family standpoint. And I never forget, Erlene and I got with the family and say, that's why we built this business. So that if there's any time that our family just needs us, we got to be there. Okay, we've got to be there. And so it was an event in Mexico. We elected not to go to an event in Mexico, and obviously Jose Luis Cesar was there, and I mean many of all of those, Carla and all of those guys were there, and Carlos and Jessica, Anthony was there. And they represented in our absence. But here's what I will tell you. At some time, some point in your life, you're going to need to pull from your resources that you've built up. And maybe it's going to be financial resources. Maybe it's going to be personnel resources. Maybe you're going to need the friends or whatever it is. But what you've got to do first is you got to build them up. Okay. How many times do you know of people who come to an emergency situation where there's a need and then they have to go everywhere else because they can't supply their own need? They just can't do it. That's what we put Vision together for. That's what we put iBuumerang together for, so that maybe you don't have an issue now. Okay. And we're not wishing any issues on you, but there's a reason we call it life. Okay. But there's one thing about life. Stuff happens. Okay. Stuff happens. And what our goal is to equip you so that when stuff happens, you happen right back. Okay. We call it that bounce back. We want you to be able to bounce back and rebound right away, instead of having to sit on the sidelines. Okay. But more importantly, you've got people in your life that life is going to happen to them. And wouldn't you love to be in a position whereas you can be that rebound for them? Okay. And see, I can tell you this. My brother, my niece, my niece and my nephew, they don't even know the resources and the success that we have at all. My brother does, but my niece and my nephew, they have no idea. And they don't give a care. They don't give a care. I was in Tampa the other day with them, and I pulled out a $10 bill and I was giving it to my niece, and I said, hey, you know, they were doing so well in camp and stuff. And I just pulled out a $10 bill and I said, this is for you and this is for Mentor. And they got excited. You know, I was giving them a $10 bill. And I said, now listen, because I was hoping I had, you know, two $1 bills. All I had, as small as I had, was a 10. And so I said, Maya, half of this is for your brother, right? I said, half of this is for your brother. So she got excited and she took the money and I said, now how much is this for your brother? And this is what she did. She cut it. She did like this, slice it in half. She said, this side is for him, right? This side. They don't have a concept. Okay. But here's what I do know. Had I not gone and built the business when nobody was in need, they wouldn't have known, it would have impacted their lives, okay? Had I not built the business at the moment that I needed to build the business, okay? And so they don't care. Some people don't care about how much money you make, and that's not what it's all about here. You're not building it only for the money. Some of you build it for the money in the beginning. That's what I did. But in reality, you're building this for what you can do with the money. Wow. You know, Erlene and I, we were in Dallas, and you know, one of the things that I love and that we teach is stewardship of your money, stewardship of your time, stewardship of all of these different things that you're part of. And so, and being charitable is one. We have our iBuum Foundation that you're going to see a whole lot about. We were sitting at Nick and Sam's restaurant in Dallas. Any of you who've been to Dallas, you know Nick and Sam's favorites, one of my favorite restaurants in the world. And we saw this family that was sitting next to us. You know, if you're at Nick and Sam's, you can afford to be at Nick and Sam's. You're not coming to Nick and Sam's, said, hey, can I have some fries and water with extra ice? You're going to Nick and Sam's because you're going. But anyway, it was these young kids, and they were 9, 11. One was, I think, 13. One was 12. And then you saw somebody who looked like either the big sister or she was old enough to be the mother of all of them, but you can just tell she wasn't the mother, or maybe a carekeeper or whatever it was. But they were just having such a great time. And then I saw them bring out this cake, and they were just laughing and having a good time, all girls. And they brought out this birthday cake for this girl. And if you've ever been to Nick and Sam's, they got a birthday cake. It's about as tall as the Empire State Building. It was like, I thought it was taller than the girl, right? And it's sitting there, and it's different layers, and it's different colors. It's blue and green and red and pink and yellow. Each layer is different. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, I would like to have some of that cake, right? But I'm not going to ask that little girl for a cake. So it was her birthday. They wish happy birthday to her. And early, you know, my waiter came over and I just said, listen, just give us their bill, you know, and don't let them know it was us. Don't let them know it was us. And the waiter came back and said, well, we have to tell them something. Well, just tell them somebody enjoyed the spirit of sisterhood that was going on and wanted to just congratulate you and wish you happy birthday. And so when they got their check, they started looking around, and we just eating. We gave no indication of anything. Sure. And the little girl and everybody just came over there. Thank y'all. We're like, I'm looking for what? I guess they just knew it was us. And here's what they did. They left, and about 15 minutes later, they came back and they gave us a big slice of the cake.
Oh, wow.
They didn't even know we wanted some cake or whatever it was, right?
Oh, wow.
And so the thing that I wanted, I got me some free cake. I got me some free cake. But why do I share this? Is because it's those moments that you really get to enjoy, and those moments of being able to have more than enough for you. And so vision, what we want you to do is this, okay? Why am I saying that? It's not all about just the money. It's what you're going to do with the money. The reason why you got to be at vision is so that you can actually, some of you don't have the vision. We talk about 20/20 vision. Some of you are at 10/10. Some of you got a little bit more vision in your right leg and not enough vision in your left leg. So maybe you 10/15 or you are 1/19. You know what I'm talking about, right? In that binary, right? And so what I want you to do, you need to come so you can get the full vision. Get your vision full. Get your vision complete. Why? Because you're gonna, here's what's gonna happen. I promise you, I'm telling you this 29 years. You're gonna have people who don't see the vision. But when your vision isn't full, you can't give them any. If your tank is empty or you got just enough for you, you can't give them the vision, and it impacts your business like that. Some of you are looking and saying, $199. How much is your vision worth? How much is let me ask you a question, okay? I'd rather lose my eyesight than lose my vision.
Wow.
If something happened to you right now and a piece of something got stuck in your eye, do you think, would you go to the optometrist, to the doctor? You think it's going to cost less than $199? That's for sight. That's for temporary obstruction of your sight. Your vision is you can't put a price tag on vision. Okay? You can't. See, let me tell you who's got vision. People like Stevie Wonder. He doesn't have sight. He's got vision. I can tell you right now, if he had a choice to have his sight or to lose his vision, he'd say, keep me the way that I am. Because he wouldn't have been able to change and impact the world with sight. He did it with vision. And so don't look at, well, I waited till the last minute. That's because you didn't have any vision. How's that working for you? It's causing you to make bad decisions. Don't look at it like, well, airline tickets are high. Well, how long are you going to keep practicing the habits of the non-rich? You always wait till the last minute so that you pay the most, you pay the highest premium possible. You're always late on your bills and they assess a late fee. You don't have money in your account and they always charge you $35 and on every bounce check. And then you've got to go to the, what do they call it? The store where you get money, the MoneyGram store, and make a quick cash loan. And they're going to charge you 19% interest. And you've been doing that for 10 years. And what you've done is you've paid interest premiums on things of which you've got no benefit for whatsoever. Some of you know I'm talking to you. And some of you know I'm talking to some of your people and your distributors, your ambassadors as well. Because what you've done is you put yourself in a habit of standing in the non-rich line. The line that you know, I know for a fact, and you know for a fact, it does not lead to wealth and prosperity. It does not lead to complete full vision. And at some point in time, you're going to have to get out of that line. Okay? You got to get out of that line. You ever been to Walmart and you go to Walmart and you come back and you're about to check out and all you got is some batteries because your remote control wasn't working and you needed batteries. And you're standing in, and you're looking. And all these lines are just backed up. And you're standing in line, and then you switch to that line, and then that line that you're in is moving real slow. And then over here, that line is moving real slow, and you're sitting there frustrated. That's how it is in life when you could go right on over there to the express lane and get to where you want to go much faster. Or you can go to the self-checkout lane. And that's the line you should be in, the self-checkout lane. Why? It's on your own time. But here's what's going to happen. It's Labor Day weekend. And some of you are going to throw a $1,000 party at your house. That's why Ed and I, we call it Laborless Day.
Yes.
You're going to throw a $1,000 party at your house, get all this stuff going on, and you know what you're going to do on Monday, on Tuesday? Go back to laboring. Mm-hmm. For the next 10, 15 years, because maybe you haven't prioritized, okay, where your time should be. Now, I'm talking to those who are saying, I want to be free. If you join and you just want to give out boomerangs and get customers, part of what I'm saying does not have to apply to you. So I don't want you to think that I'm saying for every person, oh, you have to be there. No, every person doesn't have to be there. But there's a segment of people that I know who want more out of life, who want to fill their vision, who want to be able to do something for their family, who want to be able to retire their parents if they want to, who want to retire themselves if they want to, who want choices in life, there's a segment of people who want to be able to join myself and Mark and T. Gray and Ed and all of our leadership as we travel around the entire world. There's a segment of you guys who want to do that. I love the concept of being able to call up David and say, hey, listen, let's go to the Masters. I got the tickets. I love being able to call up Peter and call up Jose Luis and Cesar. And I love even watching. I watch Ed on this tour in Europe, and I watch Cesar, and I watch Rodolfo, and I watch Esteban, and I watch Carla, and I watch Carlos and Jessica. And everywhere he went, they did work, and then they celebrated. They didn't say, well, how much does it cost? Okay. And here's what I can tell you. Carla had never made, Carla was about a $6,000 a month earner in networking. Prior to our boomerang, over the last 6 years, 5 or 6 years. And when I say $6,000 a month, her highest, $6,000 in a month, averaging probably $3,000. Same thing with one of our good friends, Hanoi. Same thing, $2,000 a month. Daniel and Toledo. Sometimes hitting 2,000. But they got the vision. See, we started iBuumerang, and what they did is they locked into the vision. And I want you to learn from them because they understand the value of what we have done before. They saw it and watched it from a distance. And somewhere inside, they felt that they wish they would have been there in the beginning, and they weren't. And now we started right here in this same office.
Yeah.
They weren't. And when the opportunity came for them to say, I've got to be so close to this fire, I can't miss this. Why do you understand why you see a travel schedule like they have? Because they know what the future is like. They've been close enough to get the vision. They know what the future is like. And now when I look at Carla's income, and when I look at Hanoi's income, I look at Danielle and Talita's income. Here's a couple that $2,000 a month is probably what they average. They're on track.
No, it's good.
They're on track to earn $1 million. Their first year. Definitely within the 18 months, but first, they're on track, but earning only $2,000. Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Vision. Vision. Now, you can sit there and you can judge others by their actions and judge yourself by your intentions to make yourself feel good if you want. Or you can recognize that you've got a bunch of sight, but you don't have 20/20 vision. You get there. I remember an event, and I was broke, busted, and disgusted. I was. I had been up. We were making good money. I had another business. I was doing network marketing. Next thing you know, remember my store, $250,000 in debt, 45 days away from foreclosure, everything closing in on me. Get involved in network marketing again, start working it. There's an event coming along.
Mm.
Carlton Hargrove put together an event.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't have the money. I remember I had these little small camcorders. I start selling them. I start looking around this is me. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm sharing with you when I look back and I say, man, people think it was easy. I'm so grateful that I wasn't lazy.
Mm.
I'm so grateful that I have vision. See, vision calls me to look for the answer. Lack of vision calls you to promote the excuse. There's no excuse for quitting on your vision. There's no excuse for saying, I'm going to sit this one out. Okay? We don't want your $199. If you're going to pay $199 and not come, keep your money. We don't need your money. There's plenty of that over here. We don't need that. We need your body and your attention and your heart and your soul sitting in a seat so that we have more people to paint the vision for the future for a company who's doing something that has never been done before in the history of network marketing. That's why we want you there. Not because we need you to buy a ticket. No, we've told you before. We still to this day have not charged what this event will cost us per person. Okay? We have, why? Because we understand the money is not in tickets. The money is in vision. The money is in when we have 10,000 people at this event, or 7,000 people at this event, we fill it up. 7,000 people, we fill it up at this event. Who leaves Las Vegas? It is over. The more seats we have, because see, you can watch it from, from afar. Maybe somebody will put it up on their screen and give you a bad pixelated version of Facebook Live, but you're not catching the vision. You're not catching the vision. It doesn't hit you right here because most of you are making what I call, a quantity decision. How much does it cost? Here's what it costs. You want to know? It costs you another year to 18 months of not being retired if you don't come. It costs you another 3 to 5 years that your parents may have to go to work if you want to retire them by missing an event. That's what it costs. You probably say, well, the next one is going to be, well, no. You gotta, when you miss number one, if everybody's starting the race and you don't start when they start, you join the race 2 hours later, do you have any opportunity to win the marathon? No. No. So what you're gonna have to do, you gotta start all over, wait till next year. You're not even in good position next year. Psychologically, it beats up on you. Why? Because I promise you, every one of you are gonna say, man, I wish I would have had more people here. All I'm doing, I'm pleading to you right now and letting you know what people tell me, what we've gathered over the last 29 years of doing network marketing when people come to the event, because there's two people that's going to be disappointed. Those who are there and those who didn't come. Those who were there who didn't do their best to make sure everybody in their group came. And then those who didn't come, man, I really wish I would have come. This stupid party I threw, they drunk up all my beer and then they left and went home and all of us got to go back to work.
That's true. That's so true.
We want you in Dubai.
Yes.
We want you in Costa Rica.
Yes.
With us. Okay? We want you in Morocco with us. That's where we want you. And so, I don't like coming taking over the podcast here.
Hey, I gotta tell you one other thing. When you hit a story too, because I heard this from Cesar and Carlos. They went to Paris years ago and couldn't afford to be there. They didn't have money for the rooms. They had to go get a burger. They had one burger. They had money for a burger, and there was a contest. They won the contest and got another burger. So they packed it up. They split the first one, and then they packed the one that they won so they can have food later. That was their first trip to Paris many years ago. They couldn't afford it. They wanted to go. They went, didn't have a good place to stay, and they went to Rome as well. And so on this time, it was their first time coming back. And when they went to Paris, they rented Lamborghinis to ride in. They stayed in the finest hotel. We were sitting there eating, and sometimes we were fighting over $500 big checks because the food was, $400 or $500 for our meals, and we ordered whatever we wanted, and they were paying it, and we were fighting over the bill. And they said we wanted to come back because of what we've been able to do since we've gotten with you and been able to live, how our lives have changed. Because now we know what it's like to be in Paris. We know what it's like to be in Rome and travel first class. When we went over there and we barely had a place to stay, they said they slept on the side. They slept outside a couple of times on their first trip. And now they get a chance to live like this because they caught the vision and learned it from being with us.
That's what it's about. Seriously. I'm telling you, just believe us. That's all. Just believe us, just be there. Okay? Here's your mission. Ed talked about don't make a decision to come to the event. Come to the event to make a decision.
Yes.
Don't plan to come to the event. Come to the event with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, when September 2nd hits, iBuumerang is now officially in business. Okay. Now, here's what I want you to know. Here's what we could have done. We could have just said, let's wait until September to open iBuumerang.
Mm-hmm.
But we paid people over $10 million in earnings.
Wow.
We paid over $10 million in commissions.
Wow.
While we've been in pre-launch.
Oh, shucks. Hey man, I know somebody that said they were in pre-launch.
And didn't get paid.
And they hadn't get paid in 1 year.
In 1 year.
1 year.
There's a group of people who've been doing something for 6 months. And they bought everything.
Yes, yes,
Products hadn't been approved.
yes.
Commissions haven't been paid. No products are shipped. Listen, they've waited 6 months.
Yes.
This is a product-based company.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. On March 11th, iGo platform was working.
Yeah, that's true.
The iDecide was working.
That's true.
On March 11th, people booked travel.
Yes.
Okay? The travel savings bonuses will be released in Vegas. I'm just giving, I shouldn't be telling them because I know what they're saying. I know. Well, if they can just show me I earned even 25 cents from travel, I'm gonna build the business. So you think that I would get on camera and run my big fat mouth and lie to the people and tell them that they're gonna earn travel savings bonuses?
He wasn't supposed to say that. He's fired up.
You know, I guess, yeah, give me 25 cents and then I'll go make my million.
Yeah. And somebody said that to me.
Oh, ye of little faith. Oh, ye of little faith. You know, guys, listen, you guys don't know what we're putting together here. I don't want to tell you all the horror stories in MLM, but you said a year the guy was doing, they pre-launch for a year?
Yeah, for a year. No.
Pre-launch for a year, having faith for it. Yeah. You know what? Here's what it seems like. Honestly, sometimes, this is why I wanted to do the opposite. Sometimes it appeared that the company who treat their ambassadors the worse, the team have more respect and more patience for the companies who treat them the worst.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so sometimes you get into this, we get into this balance of, hold on for a second. You know, I know what the industry does. We've been doing this for so long. I know how they treat you. I know the conversations in the back room. And we watch distributors and they just be so loyal, you know, and so confident that it's coming. And we're like, we see when people who don't get checks. We've been a part of it. Companies we've done the work and they don't pay us our money. Why? Because they just make a decision that, well, and give all these excuses about, well, we don't have enough money to pay you and don't have enough money to pay Ed or whatever. And that's integrity. It won't ever happen here. When we say you're going to get paid for something, you're going to get paid for it, you know? And so it was this movie and I was thinking about it and it says, one scene of it, how hard I got to work to prove my love. I don't know what movie it is, but anyway, it just came to my mind. So we got to work hard to prove our love, okay? So what we're saying is this, just go now, but now here's what will happen. We will dedicate our lives to a company for 40 years on the promise of retirement and can't retire. Mm-hmm. And we'll get up every morning and we'll put 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and go commit to building somebody else's dream without and never question them.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We'll never go to the boss and say, can you prove to me that my retirement is going to be what you said it is?
Yeah. Never. You're afraid because
We're
you're
afraid. I'm quitting. My customer traveled, and I haven't got my 75 cents yet. I'm quitting. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Some of y'all have thrown these fits. You know, I decide it still ain't made a decision yet.
No, it's
Pre-launch.
It's pre-launch. We keep saying pre-launch.
Yeah. Okay.
We were up front.
So, yeah. Somebody said, I appreciate this. She said, not me. I quit the Ponzi scheme so I can adopt a vision. Great. And that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and we don't bash companies. You'll never hear us call it. We're just saying what really goes on in this business, in this industry. We operate on the it factor. Always remember the it factor. We got that it factor. You ever seen somebody said they walk into the room, man, they just got that it factor? iBuumerang, we operate from that it factor. What is it? IT, integrity and transparency.
Very good.
That's what it is.
You need to put that in the chat.
The it factor. That's what we've got. Every issue, you know about it. We tell you straight up. You know about it. Okay? You know about every single issue that we have. And we just want you to be a part of what's happening here, of what's real. The industry needed a shift. The industry needed a change. 29 years, I look back and I just got sick and tired of seeing the same thing going on over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, the people deserve better. The people deserve a company that they're including the people in the vision, not that the people are working to create the owner's vision. We wanted to make something different and bring you something that was new and innovative. We wanted to bring you something whereas you could take what you're good at, and what you're good at can be just enough to make it here in iBuumerang. Because in most companies, you have to change so much. You got to completely do the opposite of who you are to win. And you don't have to do that here. The power of the Priv, just remember that, the power of the Priv. You're going to see the vision, okay, of the Priv. We're working like, guys, I'm telling you, we're working crazy. We didn't leave here, what time last night? 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock, yeah.
On a Friday night. It's no office hours over here. It's what we do, all right? And we've got teams of people all over the world that are working to make sure that you capture the vision. So here's your assignment. Your job now is I want you to promote vision like there will never be another conference. I want you to promote it like if I miss vision, they won't allow me to come to any other ones. Matter of fact, if I don't bring, if I come alone or don't come, I'm banned for life. That's the mentality that you have. That's the mentality that I had. That's the mentality that Edwin has. That's the mentality that Ed is talking about, Cesar and those guys who went to Paris, the time when they had to share a burger. And when I had to sell my camcorder and do whatever it was that I had to do, it didn't matter. I never put it in my mind that I wasn't going. My mind automatically went to solution mode. Automatically. Why? I wanted the vision. I had never, guys, here's before I'm making any money in network marketing. At this point, I had never had a check over $500. I joined this company, new company I joined, they got an event that they're gonna do, and what do? I don't have the money for it. My business was down, I'm selling everything. I got there and I went. And when I look back on it, here's the things that we say. Ed and I talk about it. You remember the times when we started and the events, the opportunity meetings was in Dallas?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The Saturday trainings was in Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We started, there was no meetings. Mm-hmm. We drove 4 hours every week. Why? We didn't go bring gas. We drove 4 hours every week to go get the vision so we can bring it back here in Houston And then guess what city became the largest city in the company? Houston. We went for the vision. We took notes. We want to see, how do they do it? What are they doing? What's the message? What's the culture? Why? We're going to go see and we're going to go duplicate exactly to the T what's going on. And we did it and became the largest market in the company. And that was where we made our first millions.
Yep.
Scrambling. And I would call Ed for events in the beginning. Hey, Ed, see if you can borrow so-and-so's credit card so we can register. We'll pay it back.
I actually pawned some stuff.
Pawn some stuff.
I did.
Yeah, your GMA pawned some stuff. Yeah. You probably would have seen them on Pawn Stars. Hey, listen, I got this nice something here. Trying to go to an event.
Yeah, I had to let it go.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
But it came right back. It boomerang, didn't it?
Did.
You let it go, and it came back.
It did. Oh yeah.
Everything that we let go, we got it back.
Yes, we did.
And more. Both of us let go some cars.
Oh yeah. No, they took them.
Well, yeah.
Well, except for one, they never found for me.
He hid, you hide your car at your brother-in-law's house.
Oh.
Y'all switched cars. That was him. They took my Lexus.
Yeah.
Why? We didn't have the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And when they took the Lexus, I replaced it with a Bentley.
Sure did.
Was it 3 years later?
Yeah. Maybe 3 years later. No, the Lexus was replaced with the BMWs. You got two BMWs.
Okay, got two BMWs.
After that one.
And then, that's right. Then the Bentley. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Two BMWs.
Yeah.
And then, three BMWs. We bought the convertible. I got the convertible
And the
BMW. I had a convertible, a 6 Series convertible for early, and then I bought the 7 Series, and then I bought the Bentley.
Oh wow!
Remember I bought the Bentley, right?
I remember it. Oh man! Oh, that was raising our vision at that time.
Raising the vision.
Yeah.
And that little old Lexus that they took. Yeah. Just got it back. Wow. Because we never compromise our vision. My vision is never for sale. Nobody can sell me on eliminating my vision or reducing my vision. So I've talked to you guys enough. I appreciate y'all staying on a little longer for HB coming in and talking to you guys, but it's going to be great, baby.
Yes.
All I want to tell you, it is, listen, what's going to happen the first 2 hours, you're not going to need anymore. Mm-hmm. You won't need the next 3 days. Oh, and ladies, by the way, I think we may have only 20 something more tickets for the ladies.
Wow.
Okay. I'm just saying. And when we say sold out, it's sold out. And there's 3 major groups that just joined iBuumerang. One of them have put about 400, maybe 500 people in the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Okay. They don't even know about the event because they've been so busy building. So I got to let them know I've reserved some tickets for them because one of them has already gone diamond. They went diamond they went diamond yesterday. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yeah. They went diamond already. Yeah. Okay. This is no joke. Yeah. Oh, they're shooting for black diamond that first month. The first month, yes. Okay. They're shooting for black diamond. So don't think that you can just coast on the way you've been coasting and stay in the same position you are. People recognize what's happening right now. They know what's going on. And so when we release, say, hey, listen, I've already put aside 50 tickets for them and 50 tickets because there was only I think 70 something tickets left. So there was only maybe 20 tickets left, I think, last night. So that event is going to be a done deal.
But I got to say this too. That group told me that they know there were some challenges coming in because they understand that we were launching or what a pre-launch. They said, we don't care. We just believe in where we're going and what Buz's vision is about where we're going. And we want to be a part of that. We never wanted to miss this opportunity. And they're working right now, even though we're in pre-launch and they're hitting some hiccups, but they say they don't even care because that stuff could be fixed. But what we can't, one of the things we'll never be able to benefit from is being a part of something that's about to create and make history. And that's what they told me out of their mouths. And so they're working about to do $1 million the very first month.
First month.
They don't care about any issues.
You know what? Go ahead.
One thing I have to add to this too, though, we are creating something and we are going to be creating history.
Yes.
but it's not about creating the history. It's about the leadership and the vision. It's about the leadership that we have sitting right here. It's about some of the leadership that's not in this room with us today.
Sure.
Because without that, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Without that, there is no vision. So it's all about this right here. And ladies and gentlemen, man, you know, we've been talking about it. We've been, you know, imploring you to make sure that you get to Vegas. It's only because we want you to be a part of what we see.
Mm-hmm.
And again, without this gentleman right here, Holton and Earlene Buggs, without them leading the charge, again, you know, Ed talked about it. He said, man, I didn't see it at first.
Yes.
So without these two, without Holton and Earlene Buggs expressing what their vision is and then executing on that vision, having that blueprint and executing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't be that company that's beat Apple in their, that beat the pants off of Apple and Uber and Amazon that took them 2 years to get to where we got to in 3 months. So it's happening.
Yes.
With or without you, it's happening. So you're going to learn about it though at Vision in Vegas.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Mark. I think those are the perfect words to end. Listen, go do what you know you're supposed to do. That's what leaders do. They do what they're supposed to do, even if it hurts.
Mm.
Okay. See you guys, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Boom.
Boom.
Love you.